So we dedicate this to videos beautifully taken by our Wednesday guest Cedric, where we dispatch him on a certain topic each and every week. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well today.
I like soul. It's written on your sweatshirt there. That's cool.
Along with the nice little logo.
Nice. I can barely see the logo, so we'll concentrate on the soul. I love it when some item of clothing from like an international brand has some link to Korea. A lot of the stuff they sell here. I have this hat with like a little Korea flag on the side. I'm always looking out for that merch.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And this particular brand has a big footprint here in the country. And I did a photo shoot for this brand actually, which is why I purchased this sweater.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so in a sense, I guess you could say it was free.
Brilliant. You got paid to wear it, and it looks fantastic, Cedric. You're looking good. Anything interesting over the past 7 days since we last saw you, buddy?
Let's see. Nothing this past week. I mean, just a little, the usual editing. So I had a video edited and up on the YouTube channel. Shameless plug, sorry.
Not at all. What's up there?
So it's a video with me and Becky, and we're actually talking about our culture shock that we experienced after living here in Korea for quite some time.
Okay, culture shocks here in Korea.
In Korea, from the perspective of half Koreans, which is something I think you could probably relate to.
Yeah, I don't know. How often did you come to Korea when you were younger, Cedric?
So get this, the first time I actually ever set foot in Korea was at the age of, I want to say 26, 27.
Wow.
Never visited.
Okay, so it's going to be very different to me because I think the first time I came, I was 4 months old. Like my mum, she was like to the doctor, when is the first time a little baby's allowed to go on a plane? And they were like, wait 6 months. And my mum was like, can't you do it any quicker? And they were like, all right, 4 months max. And then from that time on, I think pretty much on average, 18 months I came out to Korea.
Man.
So my culture shocks were very much smaller.
Sure.
It was only when I came to live here and it was things about living permanently in a country that maybe shocked me. Like things that you wouldn't do when you're here on vacation, like maybe go to the hospital and stuff like that. And for me as well, it'd be different because in the UK, there's differences in culture from the US. One of the big things for me was paying at a hospital. Like in the UK, there's no place to pay because it's all free. It's all taxpayer money and stuff. So I was like, why is there like a cash register and someone taking my money at a hospital? Is this a business? This is meant to cure me from my ailments for free. That was my big culture shock. So what's like one of the things you guys talk about?
Well, I think, the biggest thing that for me was language. Because growing up in a Korean household with my mom speaking to me in Korean, my mom went to the States and moved to the States in 1980. So she was kind of stuck with the 1980s Seoul dialect at the time.
My mom too,
So, I actually thought my Korean was
not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad at all until I came here and I was like, what is going on?
Really? Did you use some words that were very much outdated?
Not so much that, but it was more so the influx of new words and Konglish
that you'd not heard
and
before.
Nuances that I just could not pick up initially. I'm getting a lot better at it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Was your mum from Seoul or?
She was from Seoul.
Okay, so my mum was from outside Seoul, like Pyeongtaek. So I think it was even worse her using like that regional dialect and stuff. But I came to Korea saying the word pyeonso, which means like an outhouse for a toilet, which no longer exists, and everyone calls it 화장실.
Right.
So I'd go to restaurants and ask the waiter, "Where's the pyeonso?" And they'd look at me like, why would we have an outhouse? What are you talking about?
Right, Actually, my mom actually used the same word.
Yeah, that's what happens when your mums go abroad at a young age in the 80s. Their language is stuck there as well, isn't it? There's no internet and things like this to update them, unfortunately.
That's very
true. Today's hashtag, before we get to our theme, is scenery or 풍경. Have you seen any beautiful scenery recently, Cedric, or anything stand out from your younger times?
Since I've spent most of my time here in Seoul this year and the last couple of months, but I think I do recall going to Yeosu. I don't know if you guys remember. That was a couple of months back, and it was very beautiful because it's an ocean city.
I've been there once or twice, but I don't know if I've appreciated the scenery because many people say it's one of the most beautiful places in Korea. What's the coastline like? Is it like sandy beaches and stuff or rocky outcrops?
Not from what I saw. We saw pretty much... I mean, it wasn't even much of a beach, or I mean, more so rocks, if anything. But there are different parts of the city where the ocean just kind of looks different.
Okay, wow. Right next to the city as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I must have been to the wrong parts. I went to like the expo site, which is a bit away from the city and stuff. And there's even that song by Busker, I think it is, Yasu Pampada, which is a very good one.
Right.
Today's theme then, Cedric, for our videos.
We are talking about preparation for Korean Lunar New Year, or Seollal.
Okay, preparations for it. The big holiday coming up this weekend. Are you actually prepping anything, Cedric?
Not at all. My prep is done. After finishing the videos, I think that was the end of my prep right there.
Fantastic. So usually, what does a big holiday entail for you, like Chuseok or Seollal? What do you do?
So for me, since I've only been in Korea for 2 years, and I didn't grow up celebrating these two particular the biggest holidays in Korea. I didn't celebrate in the States. I don't do anything because I don't have family here to visit.
Okay, so it's like just a long holiday for you, I suppose.
Yeah, pretty much.
A few days off work and stuff like that. Have you got any plans for this 4-day weekend then?
I'll let you guess what I'll probably be doing.
Editing.
Yes, and also shooting. That's pretty much it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, hopefully I can relax a little bit.
Yeah, that would be nice. It would be nice as well if you could enjoy one time, like a traditional Seollal, like a friend's family or something like that.
Yeah.
It's very different to like a Christmas feel, obviously with the food and then the atmosphere, the games you play and stuff like that.
Right.
So where are we going to go in your first video?
So we're going to a local market, and I'm not sure if I could say the name of the market, but
I think you can.
Okay, so it's in Mangwon, so Mangwon Shijang.
Oh, nice.
And you'll get a chance to see all the preparations that are taking place for the holiday.
Okay, let's check it out.
Okay guys, we are here at Mangwon Shijang because a lot of these vendors out here are preparing for Seollal, and so there's a lot of cool different types of foods that you'll see associated with Seollal. So we're going to show you guys, and we're even going to try some.
Is it indoor, like under a roof kind of
It is
stuff?
under a roof,
okay.
so it's like partially outdoors, partially indoors. And this is at night, as you can see.
Oh, nice.
So a lot of snacks here.
They're quite traditional for the Seollal to put those out. Lots of banchan, the side dishes.
Right.
What is Becky eating already?
We were eating a little chicken. Yeah, so tteok is a very big part of the holiday.
Yes.
Especially those little slices right there, which you'll see later. It's part of tteokguk.
Oh, that's delicious. I'm having that for lunch today, actually.
Oh, very nice.
And the john as well, the savory kind of fried pancakey things.
Right.
Oh,
and something I didn't
yakgwa.
have much, is yakgwa.
Do you like it?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's a bit greasy.
It is. It's very thick.
Yeah. And then the fruit, like I saw there, the Korean pears. Mm-hmm. Hands down the best pears in the world, in my opinion.
I really do enjoy
right?
them.
Because
they're
so juicy and sweet. I've seen that a lot on the tables that you use for dedications to your ancestors and stuff. My wife's grandmother's still alive, and they still do a little thing for their ancestors. I think it's died out a lot these days because it's quite a hassle, to be honest, to put all the food on that table for them. But they still do it with the pears and I think big apples and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. And that's something that I never actually experienced because, again, we didn't do that in my house growing up. But that's something I'm learning more and more about as far as like how that happens and what families do here.
Yeah, there's even sometimes alcohol on the table as well, some soju and stuff.
Right. Right. And, I think it also depends on your religious background, you know, as well, because a lot of percentage of Koreans may not believe in giving to, feeding the ancestors and laying out food on the table. So it really depends.
Yeah, I think if you're a very passionate Christian, then you forego those ancestral rituals. Like my cousin, who is the kind of head of the family now, so that's the house we go to. He's actually a pastor, so we don't do the table and the ancestral rites. They just do a prayer for people who have gone on to the next world, etc., etc. But I think that's a big thing. And it is interesting, actually, in Korea, there's a lot of people who still go to church, whereas in the UK, that has kind of died a death. There are not many people anymore who go to church. So there's more religious people maybe in Korea than in the UK, it seems to me.
Right.
We got a video from Raul in Argentina. I think what you're showing us, Raul, is your supermarket, because that's the only market you could find. Lots of traditional snacks here from Argentina.
It's like preparation for a big sporting event. Huh?
Yeah. Do you eat a lot of snacks at Thanksgiving and Christmas, like when you're lounging around?
More chips,
yeah.
oils, olive oils,
Olive oils, beautiful.
cookies.
Oh, cookies, yes, my favorite section.
You have so many biscuits. Like here in Korea, not as many biscuits and cookies as the UK either. Oh, I'm a fiend for a chocolate chip biscuit.
Yeah.
A lot of yogurt.
We got lots of yogurt here as well. Lots of yogurt drinks as well.
Yeah, that's very true. I enjoy a good yogurt. That looks very similar to a lot of the supermarkets that we have in the States.
Yeah, in the UK as well. The Korean ones definitely have their own kind of products and like localized dishes here. Thank you for that, Raul. I know you don't celebrate Lunar New Year yourself, so it wasn't preparations per se. But yes, you can do that, guys and girls. Send in your supermarket photos or videos as well. So if you've not been to a traditional Seollal celebration, have you ever done the New Year's bow?
I have not.
Oh, wow.
But I have seen either videos or it being demonstrated in public. I don't think I've been to a legit official bowing ceremony.
So have you never done one?
No, I've never done one.
Wowzers. I've done it terribly because I don't know all the little details. But this year, for the first time, my kids and I, for actually an Arirang TV show, we learned how to bow properly.
Okay.
And it was a bit complicated, and it's different for guys and girls. So
right.
I remember one thing that I can teach you. For guys, your arms are supposed to be outstretched in front of you and your head bowed like this. Whereas if you're a girl, you're kind of covering your eyes.
Okay.
You don't need to remember that one unless, in the future something happens.
Just to, teach my future daughter.
There you go, yeah. And then there's an order to which knee you're supposed to go down on first and come back up on. It's very strict, but I think nowadays families are a bit more lax in those rules.
Right, and I think the kids enjoy it because they typically get a little cash.
Absolutely, yeah. And that comes straight into my pocket. I'm going to say that now. Until Gio's in double figures, I'm not going to give him the money. He's going to waste it. We're going to get on to some music. Tell us about prep for big holidays in your country, not just Lunar New Year. And we'll talk about that after some Twice. This is Fancy. We are back for part 2 of It says K-Time Playtime still on this song thing, doesn't it? It's K-Patch with Cedric, isn't it? K-Time Playtime is tomorrow if you want to tune in to Alex and I having some fun quiz questions. But today, the topic is preparing for Seollal, Lunar New Year. We're having 4 days off. Most of us will be broadcasting live on Friday, but that's when the holidays start for most until Monday. And Cedric, you've done a lot of research this week because, like you said, you've not experienced this hands-on yourself.
Right.
But is it nice to go to the market and see all the prep going on and all the dishes?
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really cool to be able to also eat a lot of the foods. And I think I've had most of the common dishes and sides that come with the holiday.
Yeah, because they're not exclusive to that time. It's just you'll get them all together on Seollal. So the thing for me that I usually don't have, you showed it in your video, that chon, which has the seafood crab sticks in it and then the other things all together, like usually on a skewer. I've seen it as well. That's one of my favorites. I love that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
delicious.
really good. It's really good.
Did you buy anything to eat then?
So I bought a handful of things.
Oh, nice.
And I'm actually going to show you guys in our video just some of the things that I ended up purchasing and just kind of doing a little taste test. So,
brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Before that, let's get to some messages, though. We got J Lights BTS saying good morning from Germany, and I'm going to have to go because my mum's going to be angry if she finds me online. Oh, dear. It is quite late in Germany, isn't it? I think it's about 2 a.m., so thanks for being on board. You also said, I'm really hungry after watching the video. Sorry, we can't send you the food,
it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Yana says, in Malaysia, Chinese is one of the largest populations, and so therefore the Lunar New Year is celebrated big. Firecrackers will be heard. They're also going to do house visiting, I'm assuming with families.
Not just random houses. Or is there a trick-or-treat that
might
you do?
Be. Yeah. I mean, we do that in the States. It's kind of crazy. But and there's a lot of travel for family during the Lunar New Year.
Yeah, we call it Kwisongkil, I think, going back home to your hometowns from Seoul in Korea. But I've heard the traffic is not as bad as it used to be because many families are just staying at home in Seoul or they're going abroad for a holiday and stuff. So a lot of tickets are very expensive if you want to go on holiday because people want to take advantage of that long time off work, Army Moa says, I want to try all the food. You're going to want to try it even more in a second. Vanessa is on board Harold from Vegas. Morgan says, hope everyone's having a good day and evening so far on Neighbour V Live. Keep on sending in your messages and tell us if you celebrate Lunar New Year as well, like Siska in Indonesia, I assume.
And she says that the fruit for Lunar New Year in Indonesia is the mandarin orange. And also, I'm going to try my best with the pronunciations of this. The cake is ku keranjang, which is like brown glutinous rice, and it means to stick the family. So I'm not sure what that means. So maybe you can...
like the rice.
Yeah, like the rice is sticking. So I guess it means sticking together?
Yeah, because we have that belief in Korea with tests, have you heard? You're meant to eat sticky things. Shalme Buddha. Putta means to stick as well as to pass a test.
Oh, that makes sense.
And you're not meant to eat slippery things like miok, apparently, because then you won't stick to the test and you'll fail. They're really interesting.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Right. And there's also another layer cake called kulapis, and that means to get layered in luck and happiness. And that sounds really nice.
Well, that's brilliant, yeah.
So the color red is for happiness. And get this, they also have yakwa in Indonesia.
Really?
But it is a bit softer than the Korean one.
The texture's really interesting of yakwa. Because it's quite greasy and oily. It's quite heavy and dense. And you kind of bite through it. I like one or two, but if you eat too many, you can get quite sick of them.
Yeah, I would
quickly.
imagine.
Yeah. Forrest Philippa from the States says, in Washington, D.C., a Lunar New Year's celebration is held downtown. Is what is known as Chinatown on H Street. Oh,
nice.
That's brilliant. Was there any Chinatown or Lunar New Year's celebration near where you were, Cedric?
Not where I grew up, but when I was living in New Jersey, next to New York City, yes. Because obviously there's a big Chinatown in New York City, so that was a celebrated thing in the city.
They have good Chinese food there.
Yes, they do actually.
Yeah, one of my favorite Chinese places to go, not in China, is in London's Chinatown as well. Like again, it's like Korean Chinese food. It's kind of British versions of Chinese food, but really, really good, and all run by Chinese people as well. So I would assume it's fairly authentic. My favorite thing is like the jasmine tea. They give it to you for free there with all your dishes. Oh, it's so good. I am already hungry, and this is going to make me even more hungry, but we're going to watch a video of you trying these treats, are we?
Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a watch.
It's a very eclectic plate with some dessert, duck, and savory pancakes.
Yep. Okay, guys, so I am back from the market, and I picked up a couple of different items that are very common to see.
This is your dessert.
For Solar.
Things
I'm just going to actually tempt you guys a little bit and eat in front of the camera. So this is to try it out. All right. So here we've got different types
that
is the which are like fried foods, fried meatball,
it's
fried
pretty cucumber.
Yeah, I guess
it's
called moldenjeon because there's like different types of
what's that called? Sorry.
Items on this stick. Moldenjeon.
So
kind of like everything. Sausage, I believe, and then imitation crab meat.
I think it's also known as hanjok or something like that with the mix.
And it has a sesame honey filling. And then we have
the
yakwa,
rice cake,
which is I'm not sure what it is, but I know like.
Now that rice cake is, I think, more common for
there's like a
Chuseok.
honey flavor to it. We're gonna try all of that real quick. I'm gonna take a bite.
It's got the crab sticks in there, right?
Yeah, it also has a gendnip in there, which I don't like. I don't think you like it either.
Perilla leaves.
Right.
That one's good.
Oijeon, or the cucumber jeon.
It's like a sausage.
This is Peter's favorite. Okay, now we're gonna try more of the dessert ones.
That is just cucumber jeon. Really?
Right.
I've not seen that before because usually it's hobak, which is a zucchini kind of thing. The air hobak, the little pumpkin.
I could be wrong. Maybe that was a hobak.
Yeah, because I've not seen cucumber like cooked like that. If it is, it's just to annoy me, perhaps.
Very chewy, very dense, but it is good. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, you know that.
What
that
a cool little plate of stuff there.
Yeah,
I think it was air hobak because my mum does that as well. It looks like that. Although cucumber would look the same, I suppose.
I guess so, but you know what? I guess I don't recall cucumber ever being fried like that
and like tasting it like that, right?
Yeah, that's why I am not the expertise or expert for this holiday. But you know, I do try for you guys. So
John is like one of the must-haves though at Solla. Like I said, my my wife's grandmother's still alive, so my wife's mother, my mother-in-law, will go early the day before and literally cook John for, I think, 6 hours, like just constantly turning it in the pan. I've heard that it's very, very bad for people who get involved in that kind of prep because you're like breathing in the terrible, greasy, oil-filled air for hours on end. So having an air purifier is a must and keeping the windows open. But it's delicious, so I'm very grateful to her doing that.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do remember hearing a lot of women, especially last year at my workplace, complain during Chuseok time that, we have to be in the kitchen and cook for a day or two.
Yeah,
and so
the gender roles have been kind of broken down a little bit, but there are still many families where the guys will not do the cooking, shall we
just
say.
kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll change more and more speedily.
Fingers crossed, yeah. And the thing that you showed us in the first video as well, markets selling all the food is a newish thing because it used to always be done by the people themselves on the day or the day before. But now you can buy them like pre-prepped and pre-made, which is really convenient for bigger families especially. Lenny says, I love fried eggplant better, but cucumber fried, I'm not sure about that. Has anyone eaten fried cucumber? I'd love to know. Does it taste better? It must, because cucumber by itself is the worst. We're going to get to a video from Yana in Malaysia now. This looks more like a kind of Chinese style with the red colours and stuff, right?
Yeah. Must be a symbolism behind that animal, too. Looks like maybe a mouse? I don't know. Ooh.
Nice traditional red colours at Lunar New Year for China. Oh, the dragon.
Yeah, the vibrant red and yellow seems to be the main colors.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, because my parents, and I was born in Hong Kong while my parents lived there, they learned a bit of, I think it's Cantonese, I think it's Kung E Fak Choi is Happy New Year for Lunar New Year. If I'm not mistaken, please do correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to be giving out wrong information. And in those red and gold envelopes, they used to hand out money on that day as well. They don't do it here in envelopes like that. Like Cedric said, just the kids bow and then you get some cash and stuff. You haven't benefited from that, Cedric?
I have not, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you bow nicely to me, maybe I've got to spare 500 won for you.
Maybe in corner 3. We'll see.
We're going to play some more music now before we get on to Cedric's last video. We've got a treat. We've got 3 this week. This is Winner, though, first. We are back for part 3 of K-Patch with Cedric in the studio, all talking about the Lunar New Year and the foods that are eaten, the prep that goes into it at the traditional markets. Cedric doing a little taste test for us as well. Looked really good. Was it good?
It was pretty good, but again, I was really full because I had a big pasta dinner right before.
Yeah, you should have just had that for dinner. That would have been your good solo dinner treat.
Absolutely.
We're clarifying the name of the air hobakjeon. So air hobak is kind of like, you might call it zucchini in the US.
Yeah, I grew up calling it zucchini.
Yeah, and the technical name it says in the dictionary here that I've looked up is a green young pumpkin. Air, I think, meaning like child, and hobak the word for the orange pumpkin because they're the same family. In the UK, we might call it like a small courgette. We've got a lot of French influence in our names, so we call vegetables different things from you guys. Yeah. What do you call it? An eggplant?
Not that one in particular, but it seems to be part of the same family. Eggplant is definitely different texture, different flavor.
I'm trying to think, what's the British word for eggplant? Aubergine.
Aubergine, really?
Yes,
I've never heard of that.
That's what we call it. When I heard it being called an eggplant, I was like, why? It's not an egg. Is it shaped like an egg? I guess kind of not. It's not even really an egg shape, is it? It's kind of like, looks like a teardrop or something.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm asking you, Cedric. You didn't settle on that word in the American dictionary, did you? No, it's not your responsibility. We've got a couple of messages to read out now, and many of you saying fried food, anything is good. Surely not fried cucumber, though, I'm thinking. Donna, though, says fried eggplant was my favourite food as a kid. Yeah, we don't usually have it fried, the eggplant for solla. That's not traditional, but that does sound nice, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And guys, don't knock it till you try it. Let's all try the fried cucumber.
Not me. I want a pass from that, please.
Okay, Yana says... she's asking if they sell the traditional type of foods like the ones that we saw in the convenience stores, and I think they do. I mean, especially in like the doshirak or the little lunch boxes.
I guess you could get like a Seollal special lunchbox around this time. There
Possibly,
must be, right?
yeah. I mean, that would be good marketing for whoever's making the money there. Yeah. But I mean, I've seen like jeons as part of the lunch boxes. So like the fried foods, maybe the fried meatball or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean...
The yakgwa as well. I've seen that snack sold, like in the snack section. They sometimes have some traditional, like Korean ones. Have you tried the Korean kind of popcorn? It's not as sweet as the American version. You often get it in bars, like free in a bowl in front of you.
Oh, yes. Like, I know what you mean, yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
Those are pretty good.
Gannengi or something like that.
Just like little...
puffs.
Yeah. Almost like a cereal kind of.
Yeah, like a very plain cereal that tastes good for you or something like that. We've also got a few more things to show from our listeners. But first up, we're going to get to Cedric's third and final video. What are we doing here?
So we're going to be eating some tteokguk. I'm going to show you guys this. Pretty much it's a rice cake soup. Ooh, and it's very big.
Nice.
Koreans eat this on the first day of the Lunar New Year.
Symbolizes you've got a year older, I believe.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So what is Seollal or Lunar New Year without eating tteokguk? It is tradition to eat tteokguk, which is rice cake soup, and I actually just ordered some right here.
I was going to ask,
really
did you
good.
make it?
Like no, because I grew up eating it a lot.
It's ready
what you'll
to
see
eat
in here,
warm in there.
Little pieces
of tteok. It's usually sliced like this.
I actually thought it'd be soggy by the time it got to me.
Usually, like
it was alright still.
It was good.
Nice.
Okay, taste test.
With a beef broth, it's got to be good.
Oh man,
come on.
Still good.
Yes.
It's very happy last
Happy New Year.
For me, yeah, you've got to have it with a beef broth. You can get it with other broths, but I don't think it tastes as good with the egg cracked in there as well.
Yeah.
And I like to sprinkle some seaweed on top of it. That gives it a little extra, like, flavor.
Yeah, you know, I was missing that last night.
You know, though, if you do leave it in there too long, you're right. The rice cake soaks up too much moisture and gets really soggy.
Right, and it just starts to stick together and just like clumps of rice cake. And so you have to eat it quickly.
It's not nice at all. So you've got to eat it that day. Don't put in too many rice cakes. If you're going to save the broth, make sure you take out all the rice cakes. That's my little tip. Sherry says, if you don't like fried cucumbers, then what about fried pickles? So delicious in the States. Do you have fried pickles?
Yes, we do. Peter,
why would you
got
do
to try
that?
It. I don't know, but like whenever you go to like maybe a state fair or something, it's super salty.
Yeah, so it's got to be.
But it's good. It's good, and you can usually like dip it in some sort of a sauce, maybe some sort of like a white cream sauce.
Does it still retain like its kind of crunch and stuff?
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
It does.
All
but
right,
it's
Sherry.
really salty.
Okay,
and
yeah.
really good.
I guess if you have something stodgy next to it, it would be nice. I don't know. We're going to get to Siska's video from Indonesia now. Oh, again, the red and gold. I wonder why Korea doesn't adopt these colours so much for Lunar New Year here.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be a big regional thing in many places with Chinese influence.
So I wonder if buying clothes is a big part of the holiday as well, just kind of dressing the part.
Yeah, maybe in the red clothes. It used to be more traditional for everyone to wear like hanbok on this day, but now I only see some really little kids doing it. My family, like no one dresses up, just Gio and Ellie. Like the other kids don't even dress up. Oh, and lots of snacks, it seems like. So this is the traditional market getting ready for Seollal in your country. That's really cool. And it does seem like red clothes are a big thing.
Right.
So should I wear my Arsenal jersey? My football team wears red. I think that would work out.
It's better than nothing. Yeah.
And I really want to tell myself this music is playing in the market, but I think you've just overlapped it onto this video, haven't you? Thank you for that, Siska. Wonderful look at traditional markets there. Yeah.
And I noticed a lot of the flowers, they look like the cherry blossoms, but I'm not sure it's the right season.
The decorations, at least. But I guess in Indonesia, with no real winter, maybe they do grow, I don't know, all year round. Does that happen? We've also got some more stuff from Lenny, also in Indonesia. You say this features some cookies, some tangerines that we're looking at there. They look rather delicious, don't they?
They look huge.
They do look, yeah, for a tangerine, that's pretty big, isn't it? This is also a pineapple tart. and castengel with cheese inside. So I'm not sure which is which. Oh, this looks like the pineapple tart, because that looks like the famous thing from Taiwan that I've tried before. They're really delicious. And you say cookies that people always have during Lunar New Year. So it seems like snacking is a big thing in Indonesia. What's your favourite snack to have at Thanksgiving and Christmas, Cedric, back home? Is there like things that you traditionally eat, like chocolates and stuff like that?
Snack-wise, I mean, I think more so desserts, like cakes.
Okay.
Just like a good old chocolate cake or red velvet cake. Those are one of my favorite aspects of the holidays.
All right, I'm
just
getting too hungry. Please be quiet. I'm going to digest my own intestines here, it seems. We've also got something, I believe this is from Raoul, is it not? I've got to double check this. No, this is from Hartley, sorry.
Okay.
And these are the celebrations, I guess, that you're talking about in DC. Also, there's like a parade with lots of different flags on it. This is celebrating the Chinese New Year. Like with an American tinge to it. It seems like a horse and carriage as well.
A little marching band there.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
Is that
in
how
DC.
big Chinatown is? That's the proper big Chinese gate there. Unbelievable stuff. Clowns, maybe not traditionally Chinese, but put in there for good measure. And the dancing dragons. We don't have any of that, unfortunately, here in Korea. I'd like some dancing dragons, but I guess it's not traditional. Lovely. Fantastic, Hartley. Thank you for sending that in. If we can, we have one more from Ing Yin just come in late to us. And she said, sorry for being late. I just finished editing it. It's my first time making a video for K-Patch.
Oh, wow.
If it's okay that it's not too late, I'd love it to be played, or even maybe for next week, and I'll prepare early. We can play it right now, Ing Yin. We've got time. In Malaysia, again, the beautiful mall
so that's
there.
a mall.
Wowzers. I'm trying to think. I went to the mall recently here. Was there any special Solo decorations? Definitely Solo promotions at all the shops trying to get you to buy stuff.
Right. I don't think any like explicit decorations. I was just at the mall last weekend as well.
Yeah, not like this where it's all nice and red. Oh, you even decorate the office. As you can see here, nothing for the Lunar New Year. I don't know how you would decorate it here. And that seems like a sharing dish that you have together. You said tossing the ingredients together?
Oh.
Wow.
It's like you guys are fighting.
It is auspicious things or wishes when tossing. Oh, really?
Oh,
So
that is interesting.
have a healthy New Year. It's a bit messy, isn't it? I wouldn't like to do that at my
I would
house.
toss it in my mouth. That's what I do. Just
That looks good. I'd like to do that. That'd be fun. At someone else's house, obviously.
Of course.
Cedric, thank you for coming in. Have
My
a great
pleasure.
Lunar New Year as
You
well.
as well.
Next week's theme is
The convenience store, Pyeongjam.
convenience
So I'm
store.
going to show you guys around there.
Okie dokie. So show us convenience stores in your country, and we'll see you next Wednesday, buddy.
All right.
Here's some Kami, Moonlight Drawn by the Clouds. This is from the drama Kurumi Kurin Talpi.